We're live. Oh.
Yes, we are. We are on Facebook Live. Hello, hello, everyone. Everybody's showing up yet?
Hello.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey.
All right. We are on Facebook Live.
I'm gonna share, so if you guys want to share as well,
please go ahead
to your page and
yes,
however you would like to share. So this would be a good time, guys, if you want to share.
Hello, hello. Let's see.
Hello. Wow.
Right.
I have to find it.
Let's get people in here. All right. Okay. All right.
Am I tagged in it?
I'm just going by what the page that we're on right now.
Yeah, my relationship.
Once we go live, once we go live, I just share it.
Yeah.
From my group.
Yes.
All right.
So I have shared. I will come back and share again.
Okay.
All right.
Yes. All right. Hello, hello.
You want, okay.
All right, everyone. Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Hey.
So tonight is going to be a great show, right, Coach Maggie?
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes, tonight it's going to be a little different. Our show is usually for adults only, but tonight is for mature adults. For the first time on the Maggie Konski show, we have two sexologists who are here with us to give us some clarity about things we need to do when it comes to not just our relationships, but our personal body. So this education is going to benefit each and every one of you. So I'm going to ask you guys to please share the video with as many people as you can. Remember, sharing is caring. All right. Please join us on my relationship group page. Waiting for you guys to come in. All right.
So welcome, guests. Welcome, guys. So you guys are sharing, right? Are we sharing?
Sure.
We're sharing.
Okay, great.
How can I share? I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Maggie.
On your phone. On your phone and just
So I hit more.
Yeah.
It's not really giving me an option to share. Oh, I'm stupid as hell. Excuse me. It says share content. Look at that. Okay, it says only the host can share in this meeting.
Yes.
We
are live. We're on Facebook Live, just so you know.
That part.
We're live.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. My fault.
Hello. All right, Kat, go ahead. We've been live.
Okay, guys.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, so okay, I just want to remind you guys that Coach Maggie Konski show, she does offer a 30-minute free session, correct? And you could do this by going to www.owningmydestiny.com. Again, the website is www.owningmydestiny.com. So again, please share, you guys. Sharing is caring. And tonight, again, like Coach Maggie said, it is for mature adults. So if you have kids there's a lot of contents that you may not want them to hear, this might be the time to have them go somewhere else. So tonight is going to be spicy, very sexual. So I'll leave it at that. As you can see by the panel, we have two sexologists. So need I say more? So welcome, guys. Let's enjoy the show. And please call in. The number is posted there. If you don't want to call, you could type your questions. We're going to try to answer as much as we can. Okay?
All right. Thank you, Kattia. Thank you, thank you. All right, guys. I'm going to ask my guests to introduce themselves. Go ahead, Shauna. Ladies first, guys. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you. My name is Shauna Harris, and I am a clinical sexologist.
Okay. And Shauna, how's the best way for people to reach out to you if they want to reach out to you?
Well, I am on Facebook. I am on Instagram. Facebook is Shauna Harris. Instagram would be Explore Intimacy, which is my coaching business. I am on TikTok too, thanks to Stephen and his. Yeah, thank you, Stephen. And Instagram is Explore Intimacy too. So having a lot of fun with all those. Oh, and phone number, my business phone number is 480-594-0658.
All right, thank you. Welcome, Shauna.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Okay, Dashi, you're right next to her, so please introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
Peace, how y'all doing? My name is Dashi Davis, and I am a professional dancer and a professional tarot reader. And you can reach out to me at Virtuous Child on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok as well. I'm also on Facebook as Dashi Davis, DESHI, last name Davis. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome. Welcome. All right, Stephen, please introduce yourself and tell the viewers how to reach you.
He needs to unmute. He needs to unmute.
Unmute.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
There we go. I am sexologist and pleasure coach Stephen Smith. My job is to save love one orgasm at a time. And I do that by unlocking unconditional love through the beautiful art of sex. You can find me at ratedredsworld.com or on my TikTok, sexologist_ratedred.
All right. Welcome, Stephen.
Yeah.
All right, Harvey, please introduce yourself and tell the viewers how to reach you.
Yes. My name is Harvey Morris, and I'm a music producer and just all around, I guess, a good person. And you can reach me on Facebook at harvey.morris on Facebook, or you can reach me, let me see, Instagram at harvnice. And let me see, you can also go to my website and you can check that out, which is toughstuffpro.net. That's TUFFSTUFF pro.net, toughstuffpro.net. And you can get to see some of the things that I do. Thank you.
Wonderful. Well, welcome everybody. We are gonna just dive straight into it because we have lots of questions and I know each one of them is gonna take time for our panel to answer them. But I noticed that the audience already excited. I see Floyd saying, wow, Stephen, Stephen, you already have some fan over there. Carol.
Yeah.
All right, guys, please do not hesitate to put your comments, your questions, okay? All right, this is, we are in this together, right? Not just a monologue, okay? This is a conversation and it's an adult conversation, like Kattia just said earlier, it's an adult conversation. So it's not a good time for you to have your kids around. If you have kids around, please take a minute to put them to bed or just, have them walk away from this because we are going to be talking about mature adults things. Let me just go ahead and read the first questions for you. Usually the title is not the first question, but today, of course, it's an exception. It's not like every other day. So the title is part of the question. Let me start with that first. When in a relationship, should you share your sexual fantasies with your partners? Did you heard me right?
Oh, yeah.
Did I say partners, right? Okay, I'm glad. All right, when in a relationship, should you share your sexual fantasies with your partners? Anybody's guess want to go first?
I would love to.
Go ahead.
Immediately. I share sexual fantasies immediately. First date, first conversation. I don't waste too much time prepping for something that may or may not come to fruition. So I'm very intentional. And I advise all of my clients or anybody that's in the dating field, because that's one of my specialties, I advise you to be intentional every single time. So if fantasies represent who you are, rather than hiding it from the person that you're trying to pursue or grow with, share it immediately. So you can understand Are they on the same page? Will they judge you? Will they accept it? You know what I'm saying? Are they down to do it? You know what I'm saying? So it's many reasons and many pros to telling them immediately versus you wasting a whole lot of time and then exploring it with them at a later date and then they're turned off by it. And so you just wasted 90 days or 60 days or however long you waited to have that conversation immediately.
I like that. I think that makes sense. Anybody else want to add to it? Go ahead.
I would love to chime in. So as a woman, I would, if it was somebody that I was counseling or coaching, I would say whenever you feel safe, whenever you feel that trust, and whenever it's comfortable for you, because I know that sexuality and sexual pleasure and all of that it's important for a woman at least. And I know that it encompasses men as well, but for a woman, I think it's super, super important for her to feel absolutely safe, for her to trust the person that she is discussing being vulnerable is tough sometimes. And so I think that coming from my perspective, I think immediately is awesome, but I think that there's like a pendulum to that immediately. I wouldn't wait too long, but I think it's also important for somebody such as myself or somebody that trust is super important or vulnerability is sometimes a challenge. I would just wait until that trust and that feeling of safety is established.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah, go ahead, Kattia.
No, I was saying that I agree with Shauna mostly because I feel like, because as a woman, like she said, we want to feel that we are safe. Because because sometimes you might feel like you're being judged, depending on what your fantasy might be, or you might feel like you might scare somebody away. So I think as a woman, we have a lot of other thoughts that come through our heads before we start saying certain fantasies that may scare someone. So I think we want to feel comfortable and we want to feel safe before we start divulging.
Definitely.
All
right. Go ahead, Harvey. Go ahead.
Yeah. I agree with that. I think that, you got to kind of feel you're made out. It's important that you feel you're made out because one of the things that I learned is that just because it's your fantasy and just because that's your mate doesn't make her or him ready for what you are about. So I think that in order to help them to feel safe and comfortable, well, you got to expose yourself, but in the same sense, you kind of got to feel them out, and the base, and I think that based on their ability to be comfortable, you can introduce certain things. But in the process of introducing certain things, you say, hey, well, there's more, but I won't introduce that until you are ready. I think that's important. I yield.
I do understand that I didn't mean if I cut anybody off, I apologize. But I do understand when I say immediately, I don't mean that you just have to go straight into that conversation. But what I specialize in or what I do with my practice is I eliminate fear of sexual conversations, the taboo of sex. And I try to eliminate people being uncomfortable having uncomfortable conversations that are 100% natural. And so truth unlocks or help make fear disappear. And so make someone comfortable, they have to understand the truth. So me being truthful and honest about what I want to do or what I require or what I fantasize about may unlock something inside of her to where she said, I do too. I didn't think I would be able to have this conversation for another 2 months or 3 months. But since you're being so open and transparent with me, I can grow and build with you and have this type of conversation. In relationships or even starting a relationship, most of them are based off of a lie or fear-based. Mm-hmm. And that's what I try to prevent. And so to approach a woman and say, well, I'm going to be extremely safe, extremely cautious, and try to feel it out. I'm going to withhold my truth from you in order to obtain what I'm trying to receive from you versus me being 100% honest to try to not be rejected because we fear rejection. If I'm too honest, she's going to reject me and walk away. If I'm too honest, I might scare her. If I'm too honest, but then we want to build a relationship off of honesty. But when I met you, I couldn't be honest. I couldn't be transparent. I had to walk on the line of fear in order to get you to have a conversation with me. And I think that's unfair when you're trying to build something that's going to be long lasting.
Yeah, thank you. What about you, Dashi? What do you think?
Oh no, yeah, I definitely agree with everybody. Depending on the circumstance, the question is, when do you share your sexual fantasies with your partner? Depending on the circumstance, I feel like depends on when you should share your sexual fantasies with them, because certain people in relationships have different ways of expressing themselves sexually. So one person can be more dominant than the other and submissive, vice versa, whatever it may be. So definitely, I agree with everybody. Safety is definitely the main priority that I agree with Shauna about as well. So that's my input on it.
Wow.
And I think if you go in and you're worried about scaring somebody off, like if you share a fantasy and that person is scared off, that's not your person.
Yes.
So I wouldn't be worried about scaring somebody off per se, but I just think the trust and the safety, and I do totally agree with Stephen in that we all come to new situations and anything new, whether it be learning any skill, with a bit of fear. So if you can kick that guy to the curb ASAP, I mean, you're farther along than most people that do start a relationship and keep that lie going, which is, I mean, that's not beneficial for anybody.
I do agree. Go ahead. Harvey, what were you going to say?
Yeah, the question was, when do you, if I'm not mistaken, it says, when do you let your partner know?
Mm-hmm.
Am I correct?
He's right.
Yeah. When do you share it with them?
So
You
the
feel
whole
safe.
thing, this person is already in your life.
Mm-hmm.
So now, beyond the sex, if we're talking about relationship, if a person is already your partner, I would think that there would be some sense of trust already established.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the thing is, why did you get involved with that person, and why did that person get involved with you? See, because the reality of that is this: if you're dealing with somebody that is not there for the right reasons and not there to really understand and support you, you're going to have a different outcome versus somebody who is there to support you. So if you're in a relationship because you found that this person is an extension of you, and you all are operating, kind of resonating the same frequency, then I agree with my brother when he said you can share it, I wouldn't say immediately, but you can share it, early on, because you're resonating in the same frequency.
Yeah,
But if
definitely.
you're with somebody who
Definitely. I agree with you guys. I think this is so important. The conversation that we're having today, I'm sure there's so many people who's watching the show live or gonna be watching the video. They probably have asked themselves that question, whether man or woman, at what point in your relationship do you actually share your fantasies? Because we all have fantasies, I mean, and there's no age. It's something that we're born with, we have them. And on top of it, if we are in an environment where the people around us are very sexual, so then we hear a lot of conversation about these things. And from what I understand, these are some things that usually stay with us, because I don't know about everybody else here, but I know that talking with my clients, from what they shared with me, some people remember the things that happened to them when they were very, very young, whether it was malicious or voluntarily. So sex itself is something that apparently once we are engaged in it, we don't forget, especially a moment that are very important, like fantasies that we develop that we want to share with our partners. In a way, I think I do agree more with Stephen, because for me as a coach, I feel that I'm gonna tell my client, okay, well, if you are comfortable enough to be in a relationship with this person, you should be comfortable enough to share everything and not hold anything back. And that includes your sexual fantasies. That's just my personal opinion, okay? because everybody will have to make a decision based on who they are and where they are in life and in that relationship. But I think it's a safe space. If you are in a relationship with someone, that means there's some trust already created between the two of you. And if you get into that point where you guys are gonna be talking about sex, that means you are either going to have sex or have already had sex.
Yes.
And to share the fantasies, I think it's just icing on the cake. If you feel comfortable, go for it. Again, these are our personal views. So you guys gonna choose to do whatever you believe is the best for you. All right. Let's go on question number 2.
All right. Okay, so question number 2 says, would you want to be with a partner who does not want to have sex all the time? So, what does all the time mean?
Yeah,
Who wants
That's the
to
question.
answer?
that's the question.
That's the
Yeah,
question.
that was my thing. So I got stuck on that as well. So yeah, I want to hear the experts.
Ladies first.
Again.
This is tough because I would probe for more. I would ask, what do you mean by what is your time frame when you say is not enough? Like, for one person, 4 times a week is not enough. For another person, once a week is like, whoa, that's enough for me. So I just think that's a very individualized question, and it's something that you need to obviously discuss with your partner and come to some sort of compromise. Because if there's a difference in opinion in that area, I'm all for getting it right out in the open. Like, the first time it starts to irk you, or you're wondering, like, we haven't had sex in like 3 days. What's the deal? And this is starting to affect me, and I want to have a convo about it. So I think as soon as something comes on the table, or as soon as something is not quite right between you and your partner, and you question, like, I would like a little bit more, or like a little bit less, you're going a little too heavy and a little too strong for me. I think it needs to be on the table ASAP.
Yeah, that was my first thought too. And that's what I told when I heard the question. That's what I told Coach Maggie. Everybody has their own balance of what's too much and what's not enough.
Yep.
So we have to come to that understanding. And just like you said, Shauna, what is it that if you're feeling like your drive is not being met, then we need to have this conversation. And some people may want to wait a little bit before they have it. Maybe they're thinking this is a fluke. This is just a one time, or before you start saying, wait a minute, I'm not satisfied here. So depending again where you are in your relationship, because people go through stuff. So, but I do think there comes a time once you start feeling like you said, if you're not being satisfied, then yeah, we need to have a conversation.
I mean, I think it's all the way you approach it, right? Like, you're not going to go like bang on, yo, like,
Yeah.
I'm pissed. Like, I haven't had it in like 3 days or whatever, 2 days or whatever your deal is. I mean, I think you know your partner best. You know the way you converse back and forth. So is it a soft start and say, hey, honey, like, something's bothering me. Can we have a chat? Or it's like, you know what? I'm not really happy right now because you're not laying it down. Like, let's get after it. So I think it just depends on the relationship that you have with your special someone.
Exactly.
Well, for those of you watching tonight, are you guys getting this? Because I mean, I'm like, whew, I cannot stop myself from laughing. But this is serious. This is serious stuff. I'm trying. I know you guys are probably having the same problem. Please let me tell you. Put it on your comment. Tell me how you're feeling right now.
Yeah.
Tell me what
They can call.
what is going on in your mind right now. Share it with us, okay? I'm gonna be
Steven.
reading some of your
Oh,
comments.
I'm ready. I'm
Bring
getting
it
ready.
on.
Steven,
All
go
right,
ahead.
all right.
I
Okay,
am
Steven,
ready.
go ahead. Go ahead,
So
Steven.
if y'all haven't noticed so far, I'm extreme. You know what I'm saying? With every example that I give, I'm normally extreme. And I'm going to be extreme with this one as well. Could
Bring
I
it.
be in a relationship with someone that doesn't want sex as much as I want sex? No. And I'm only going to say this for example purposes. No, because I firmly believe that love and sex go hand in hand in a relationship. I do not put love over sex. I do not put sex over love. I want you to love me as much as you lust me. So if you can love me all day without me being in your presence, you can text me, you can kiss me, you can hug me, you can cook for me. You can have so many ways to express your love for me. Sex is the most physical way that you can say I love you, in my opinion. And so if you don't lust me equally as you love me, when I'm away from you, you're like, oh my God, I need to be near Steven. I need to give him some head. I need to be kissed. I need to get some head. I need to, man, when I walk in the room, I want your little yummy to tingle when you see me. If your mouth don't water when I walk through the room, something's wrong. You don't love me as much as you love me. And so could I be with someone who don't physically have the act every day? Yes. But I want you to desire me. I want you to want me. I want you to lust me every single day. You don't always have to give me head, or you don't always have to have sex, but we can sext. We can bite, we can tease, we can pull hair, we can do certain things. It's a certain way that you have dialogue with me that shows me I cuss a lot, so I ain't gonna cuss. F the crap out of you. It's certain ways that you can show me and expose that I want you without us having to have intercourse. And so physically, we don't have to do it every day. Sometimes it's impossible. Sometimes your body may be sore. Maybe I went too hard. Maybe we just, you know what I'm saying, put you to sleep a little bit. Maybe it's too much. And so you can't do it every day. And that's understandable. But I want you to want it every day. I want you to want me when you see me. I want you to love me as much as you love me. So that's my
Mr.
answer.
Steven,
Yes,
do you
ma'am.
have classes? I think a lot of
I
men
do.
need to have, yeah, they need to be in your class, honey. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. Yeah, we will need to post your number, your information. And-
Yes. Oh
yeah,
my gosh,
because
the
it's
comments.
true. I think a lot of women.
The comments. Ooh.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. And they're coming on both phones. So wow. Okay. All right. Okay.
No, I think that on a serious note though, I think that a lot of time I feel, my personal view, that men, once you start getting cuddly or you start touchy-feely, I think a lot of time men automatically think, oh, she wants to have sex. And it's not the act. I know, a lot of women that are like that. It's just that they want to feel you. They want to feel that you want them. And it's not the sex they're looking for. They just want to feel like they're wanted. They want to feel like you want them, you miss them, because that's my way of expressing to you that I miss you, or that I want to feel you. So I think that is very, very important for men to understand when sometime a woman is saying this or touching you, it's not that we want to have the actual act, it's just that we want to feel wanted. So I just wanted to throw that in there.
Thank you, Kattia. Go ahead, Harvey.
Yeah, I have to say that I'm kind of not on the fence, but I'll say this: what I'm learning, and I just say what I'm learning. What I'm learning is that what Brother Stephen is talking about, I can receive that in the same sense. I think that we have to set ourselves up for that kind of wanting. Making love starts long before we get to the bedroom. Making
Amen.
love conversation. Making love starts in the look, in the approach. Making love starts, just the way we treat each other. When we're in tune with each other, it's just like, I'm gonna treat you like a gentleman because that's who I am. So you got to be ready to receive that. Not everybody's ready to receive that. So we got to kind of make sure that we both on the same page when it comes to that love making thing. And I'm just gonna say that it's important. It's important that we make love long before we get to the bedroom. So when we get to the bedroom, it's gonna happen. That's
Love
all.
it. Love that.
Go ahead, Dashi.
So the question was, would I be with somebody who doesn't want to have sex all the time, correct? I'll say personally for me, I wouldn't, because as a man, biologically, I definitely think about sex every day and want to have sex a lot. I'm gonna give you an example. 2 days ago, I wanted to have sex with my partner and she didn't. And I haven't seen her all week. So, and mind you, me and her are in an open relationship. So when she, didn't want to have sex that day, when I asked her, I'm all in my head like, okay, does she not want to have sex because she fucking somebody? Well, I don't know if I can cuss on here, but I'm sorry. Does she not want to have sex because she's having sex with somebody else? Like, did she already get some and she not in the mood? It's just like, it's a lot going on in my head. And I had to ask myself, like, why do I feel a type of way when my partner doesn't want to have sex with me after knowing we haven't had sex for a long time? And really, a week isn't a long time, but being who I am, it kind of is. But so yeah, like, I had to ask myself, like, what the deal is with me, and like, am I able to not be selfish in those moments where my partner just simply doesn't want to have sex? Like, I need to get out. I need to get out the mindset that every time I see my partner, that's the only thing I think about, and it shouldn't be, in my opinion, the only thing I think about every single time I link back up with my partner. I should, live in the moment with her, be present with her, and at least appreciate her existence and the energy that we have together, other than the sex. But to answer your question, I personally wouldn't be with somebody who doesn't want to have sex all the time.
I have a question whenever you have a chance.
Yes, go ahead, Stephen.
So I have a question for him. I'm big on accountability. I'm big on sexual accountability. What did you do in the time that you guys had distance from each other to prepare her for sex? What was your strategy to make sure that she felt desired, wanted, loved, appreciated, made her feel a special type of way prior to you seeing her and saying, I want to have sex? What did you do that day to prepare her for sex? Did you text her? Did you sext her? Did you buy her lunch? Did you do anything that was going to cater to her spirit, her heart, her mind, without the intentions of receiving sex from it? Did you say, yo, I did this for you because I care for you, I love you, I like you, wherever y'all at in your relationship, without expecting sex as a return for it? I'm doing this because I want sex later. What did you do for her to speak to her vagina? That's what I call it. You can speak to her heart, you can speak to her mind, you can speak to her vagina. What did you do for her to prep her over the course of 7 days? Because that's a long time to really stimulate her mind. What did you do for 7 days to make her feel like, man, I cannot wait until I get my hands on him. I can't wait to see him. I can't wait to kiss him. I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? How did you take mind share?
Right.
She should have been thinking about you for 7 days, even though she didn't see you. She should be thinking about you because you're constantly pouring into her rather than waiting to see her. Did you do anything to prep her for y'all seeing each other?
So I'll say for 7 days straight, I did not set the intention to speak to her vagina, but for 7 days straight, I always set the intention to definitely be a soulful lover to her. 2 days ago, I actually set up a pop-up picnic for her. Me and her went to Grant Park in Atlanta, Georgia, and the pop-up picnic, it was beautiful. I had a caterer there. They pop up with the vegan food and stuff like that. So we had a great time at the park. We played a little tennis and whatnot, listened to music. We played like this little dirty card game and stuff like that. So that day, 2 days ago, definitely I felt like I was speaking to her sensually and to her vagina.
You did,
in a sense.
You did.
And I'll say, but the days before that, I believe I still did my part to keep that communication and keep that spark with her as my partner, because I'm clingy in a way. So I definitely take the action to speak to her, even when she may not want to speak to me. And yeah, so I think I did. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That was good. Go ahead, Hal. Go ahead.
Thank you. I heard one thing in passing. You said we have an open relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can't speak to you, but in my mind, in my thinking, when you have an open relationship, that means you're open to anything and anybody. And so therefore, and even though you're saying we have an open relationship, I'm hearing you speak as though, you want to have a monogamous relationship, because the way you speak like, I want this for myself. But so that gives me the impression that this idea of an open relationship was not yours in origination.
Ding, 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 ding.
Right, ding, ding, ding. No, yes, sir. Yes, Harvey, you're absolutely right. And mind you, my partner, you was right.
hold on. I just want to say this last thing.
Mhm.
Now, I don't want to use the Bible, but it says, "Cast ye not thy pearls to swine, lest they trample them under their feet and tear them to shreds." And what that means is sometimes you're looking for the right things in the wrong places. And not to say that that's the case in this situation, but if you're having an open relationship and you want a closed relationship, you got to rethink your interaction. And I yield.
Wow. All right. Well,
That was good.
as you guys know, we always say it's hot and spicy. Tonight, I know you guys are burning because I am burning. And your comments, yes, Florette, love it, love it. Carol, hey, Mikey. Okay, so Carol is reaching out to someone. Marlene, I see you. Raphael, I got your message. Raquel says she so agree. Oh my gosh. Raquel said, preach, brother, preach. Oh my gosh. This is really what we needed. It's about time that we have this conversation, you know? And I love the way that Stephen just took Dashi to one place and then Harvey came in and took him back to another place, because this conversation, often we're not having them. And Stephen's question gave Dashi clarity as to what is it you did, because we know sometimes in our own relationships, what is it that we do to entertain our partner? What is it that we do in the house to let them know that we want them, that we think about them, that we miss them, that we lost them? It's not just the sexual part, but those people, you know, whoever is in your life needs to know, when I'm not with you, I'm still with you. You still miss me, you know? I mean, we human beings, we need that affection, that attention, that love. It doesn't have to be the sexual act itself, but you can flirt a lot. You can let the other person know, honey, I miss you. I was just thinking about you. And these are the things that really make a difference in relationships. See, because all these things that we're talking about, these are part of what gonna make or break a relationship, because sex is very important in a relationship. So I'm hoping that you guys will take as much as you can from the panel here and try to see how you're going to change anything in your own relationship when it comes to your partner. And Harvey, you were right on. Let me tell you, this is hot. This is hot. We got to go on the next question, because I know we're only on question number 2. Woo! Are you guys ready for number 3? Because I don't think you guys are ready. Now, if you're not sitting down or laying down somewhere, please pull a chair, lay down somewhere, because I'm about to give it to you. Ready?
Number 3.
Number 3.
Okay, so number 3, it's been said, if another woman sleeps with your woman, chances are you will never be able to get her back. And I'm going to say sexually, that's my own thinking. Do men really know? That's a part of the question. Do men really know how to please a woman? I'll read it again. It's been said, if another woman sleeps with your woman, chances are you will never be able to get her back. Do men really know how to please a woman? Okay, Mr. Steve, I see you. I see you, Steven. I see
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
If a woman
see.
was to sleep with my woman, chances are that I would never get her back. False. 100%
I agree.
false. There's nobody in the world. This is just my confidence in who I am. There's nobody in the world that can outfuck me. So I'm too intentional. I love on purpose. I come prepared. And so I understand that each woman is different. So whoever that I pour into, I'm going to give her what she requires versus what I desire to give her, or the desire, or to make her think what she needs. I'm going to give you exactly what it is that you want and then some. And so my sex is for you. And so if I go in there with the intentions of I'm about to go in here and show off and I'm about to do these moves and I'm about to do everything that I've done in my past to you and hope that you enjoy it, I'm wrong. And so I don't have sex like that. My sex is for you. So all the conversations, all the dialogue, all of the prep, all of the foreplay, all of that is what you require, how you require it. So no, I don't care who touches her. She will always come back. It's never, no brainer. I cater too much to her neurotransmitters and her hormones. It'll never happen. Never.
Did I say
And
what's going to be asked?
My turn.
Shauna,
Go ahead, Shauna. Go ahead.
Okay. So the last part of the question, can you repeat the last part of the question for me?
Sure,
please?
sure, I shall. Okay, so it says, do men really know how to please a woman? That part, or
Mhm.
Yes. Thank you.
okay,
Okay, so here I'd first like to wake up all the women out there, and I'd like to give us a little bit of a smack, because I think we assume that our guys know exactly what we want, exactly what we need, exactly what it takes to turn us on, to get us there, to please us. And I think that is completely false. I think that it is our job to communicate and that's verbal and nonverbal, what our body needs and what we are needing from head to toe. And so I think that we need to take the assuming out of the equation. And so do men, I can't remember. I'm losing my train of thought. Or do they really know how to please a woman?
Mhm.
Well, they should, because you've communicated to them exactly what you need. And if you haven't, then you need to. That needs to be a conversation, and an ongoing conversation.
I like that.
yeah,
And
I agree. I think. Sorry,
Go ahead. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Katya.
no, you got it. You got it. You got it.
No, I was saying that I agree. I think that that's a mistake that a lot of women make,
Mhm.
and I think as we mature in our relationships, we
Mhm.
need to do exactly what Shauna said,
Mhm.
and men need to be exactly like Stephen is, and they need to understand. Yes, we are women. Yes, our bodies, but we have different things that may work for you, may not work for me. So
Mhm.
it is my job. Just because my ex knew how to please me one way doesn't mean you can't find another way to please me.
Mhm.
And I need to let you know, if that's not pleasing me, then this is what's pleasing. So
Mhm.
sometimes we need to guide and
Mhm.
let them know the bumps, the hills, the rivers of our bodies and what's going to flow. Oh, what? Where'd I get all those words from? We need to let we need to let our men know, and I think this is where being comfortable comes in. If you're not comfortable enough in a relationship, then it's going to be hard for you to tell your partner what you're doing is not working for me. And this is why I think a lot of people fake it. So we
Yeah,
need to stop faking. We need to
agree.
get faking out of the equation.
Preach,
So
preach, preach.
yeah, so I think this is where number one, and everything flows together. If I can't
Yeah.
be myself, if we're having sex, I truly feel that I should be able to tell you, look, what
Yeah.
you're doing is not working for me.
Yep.
You can't know me that much, and I can't speak to you what I want. And to me, I think we need to get these two in line. So I
Agreed.
think a lot of times we're afraid to talk because of judgment. So yeah, so I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna let the expert come.
Yes, yes. Yeah, go ahead, Harvey.
All right, so
Go
this,
ahead.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah,
yeah,
go ahead.
this is my take on it, because I have been in some situations, if you will.
Okay.
And what I've learned is that, first of all, we have no control over people. We have no control over people. So I'm looking at it from how you pose the question. So if your woman was to sleep with another woman, would you get her back? My first question is, why did she sleep with the woman in the first place? Because the reality is this: if she's sleeping with the woman because she's experimenting is one thing. If she's sleeping with the woman because this is her practice, it's another. Now, if she desires women, I don't care what you do, bro. She gonna go where her heart is. And I don't care how much loving we give her, how much we satisfy her. If her spirit, if her heart, her whole body is reflective of that woman, that's where she's gonna be. On the flip side, if that woman is just experimenting with another woman and realize that her heart, her spirit, her desire is to be with you, then that's where she's going to be. But that choice is hers and hers alone. And we have no control of that. And what I mean by that is this. I've known women who have been dogged out, but they stayed with their partner. But it wasn't because of their partner. It was because that was the choice that they made. And in the same way, when you learn to love that woman in the way that she needs to be loved, she'll think twice before she goes out. And quite frankly, to be honest with you, if I'm doing you right and I'm paying attention to you and the whole nine, chances are, if you want this love, you ain't going to see no other woman. I'm just saying.
That
Oh my
was
goodness.
well
That was
said.
good. Amen.
Everybody.
Go ahead, Stephen. I know you had some stuff to say. I'm sorry, Coach.
I know. No, go ahead, Dashi. Let me let Dashi join in the conversation as well.
Nah, facts. If my woman was to sleep with another woman, will I get her back? I feel like I am a living testament to that answer. And because my woman loves both men and women. So, and she always chooses me overall. So I'll say that's false. And to can men please women, or do they please women? I feel like the majority of men do not, simply because most men aren't taught how to please a woman and what a woman's needs are. I feel like most men do not know the true nature of women as well as the true nature of themselves as men. So I believe the majority of men need to learn the nature of human beings and genders as a woman and as a man, to understand what the needs are so that we can all harmoniously have these type of relationships where it's aligned, if that makes sense.
Yes. This is
Go
so
ahead,
true.
Stephen. You had something to say.
I didn't
Yeah,
get to
go ahead,
answer the
Stephen.
second part of the
Yes.
question.
Yes.
Do men know how to? I didn't get to answer the second part of the question. Do men know
Oh,
how
go
to
ahead,
please
please,
women?
please.
Yeah.
And so, fellas, I got y'all. I'm here for my guys right now. Listen, I feel like women lack accountability sexually.
Mhm.
And so a lot of times women put the pressure on men to please them. And then when we're inadequate in that area, they
Agreed.
say, y'all just don't know how to please us. You don't know how to please yourself. And so you don't know how to tell me how to please you, which means I'm going in there, and I call it blind fucking. So I'm going in there, I'm going blind, and I'm just winging it by what I did through all of the experiences in my life, hoping that it works. Because if I ask you, what can I do to please you? How do you like your head? What's your favorite position? Why is this your favorite position? All the questions that I can ask and break down. What's your fantasies? Have you ever experienced this? Have you ever had this type of contract? 9 times out of 10, the answer is no. How many orgasms, different type of orgasms can your body have? I don't know, 2, 3. It's like, no, a lot. But if you don't understand your body, but then you put the pressure on me to understand your body, is unfair. And when it comes to sex, especially, I can only speak for myself being a sexologist and dedicating my life to sex the way that I have. A lot of women don't know how to have sex. So the normal things that they do that would please a guy, the double hand twist or the certain tricks that they've learned through watching adult movies, when it comes to me, I'm looking at them like, nah, that's not it. It's like Little Caesars is good pizza to people who've only had Little Caesars, but it's not nothing compared to if you go to Italy. It's like, okay, that's not real pizza. Pizza's over here. So when you get with someone who understands sex, who loves sex, who is prepared for sex, who do it with intentions behind it, you have to bring a different type of A game. And your A game is what you've always been doing your entire life, where the guy be like, this is amazing, until you get with someone who knows what amazing is. And so a lot of women don't know how to have sex, let alone to ask a man to please them. We both winging it and hoping that we're successful.
Yeah.
think as couples, we need to set each other up for success. Like, I think too many times you go in and you're like, what am I going to get out of this? What am I going to get out of this? And we go in as individuals when sex is not an individual sport. I think you need to come together, and you need to come together as one. And part of coming together as one is setting each other up to succeed. How can we do this together the best we possibly can? I'm going to tell you about my body and what feels good to me. And maybe we can do a little self-exploration, and I will show you this and I'll show you that. But I think that first you need to get to know yourself and what feels good for you. Your partner needs to get to know him or herself, and then you come together, and it's kind of a beautiful puzzle when you look at it as coming together and setting each other up for success. And I think that kind of goes out to everything, every interaction that you have with your partner, anything that you do with them, set each other up for success. Like, you are not on opposite sides of the field. You're on the same side.
I agree with you. Hold on. I agree with all of you guys, because what you just said, Shauna, it's so true. But I'm looking at it also in a different way, because I have been, coaching relationship for such a long time, that I realize some people don't know because they've never taught.
Right.
And also because.
And that's why we're here.
It wasn't allowed to them to even ask those questions. And the little bit that they've learned, just like Steven said, it's either like really, really things that kids, just talk about, when they're kids and stuff like that. But they don't really have anyone who sit down with them and explain to them what is the human body. There are things that I've learned to a TEDx, show. It was like amazing about the woman's body. And I'm like, really? Is it supposed to be that big? I mean, I've been told that it's a little teeny little thing, but then you're telling me that it's not. So then now, and then all these years, all these men knew, and no one told us women. We've been years going on, and knowing that it's just a little, the sexologists know exactly what I'm talking about. The little thing like this, whereas it's not. It's
Right.
not a little thing, but no one really take the time to teach us about who we are. And we are too embarrassed to ask certain questions, because it depends, especially where you grow up. If
Right.
you are from the Caribbean, you grew up with old fashioned, grandmas and aunties and stuff like that, and parents, nobody's going to talk about sex, because sex was labeled as something bad. So many of us, we grew up in an environment where sex was not something that was respected. Only bad people have sex. Now, when you get older, you realize, well, that's not true. But by then, you miss the opportunity of getting to know who you are.
Right.
Then you just lay back and just go to the moment until probably your girlfriend teach you a few things, talk to you about a few things. And perhaps that's where the idea of another woman who knows touches that woman, chances are she might not go back, because she got someone she trusted to teach her. So what I'm hoping that my viewers who are watching here tonight, you'll take from it is that when you are with your woman, ask her. Simply ask. And let her be vulnerable. Make her feel that she can trust you, because it takes trust to share such personal thing, because everybody gets embarrassed if you have to talk about something like that. So we need to learn to build trust. That, what I think we need to do in order for someone to share their whatever fantasies or whatever sexual desires or whatever it is that they want about their body. I think if we make someone feel comfortable enough, you'll be surprised. That little angel can turn into a devil.
That's good. That's so good.
That's true.
If I may add, if
Yes.
that's okay. Okay. So again, what I've learned is that the whole thing of feeling safe comes from small conversations. You build on honest confidence. Stuff when you start having these not sexual conversations, just regular conversations. You know, when you're saying something and that person affirms you, or if you say something, you know, that they may not always agree with, like, you know, that's all right, baby. That's, you know, it's okay. You know, when you build up that kind of that trust, then when you get to the bedroom, then it's like, even if they don't know, I mean, because I've dealt with a couple of ladies that didn't know, and my statement was, it's okay if you don't know. If you don't mind, allow us to explore your experience. Let me pay attention to you. I want to pay attention to you. And let's look at how your body feels. Let's listen to your body as we do things. Let's make you moan and groan if you want to.
Nice.
That's beautiful. We're getting some great comments here. Raphael say, preach, Shauna, preach.
Thanks, Raphael.
They have to be taught. That's true. That's true. Valerie says, yes. Marvin says, communication and trust. Wow. Thank you, guys. Thank you for sharing your comments. Now, I have a question to ask my panel. Last week, we had to do that. We usually end the show at 10 o'clock. It's now 9:55. Do you guys want to keep going? We have 2 more questions. Yes?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, great. All right. So I'm going to ask you guys to please stay with us, because we are giving you not just nuggets tonight, but diamond, wet diamond. Okay. All right. Okay, guys. Question number 4. Right, Kattia? Okay. Okay.
Well, we can't hear you.
That's okay. Some women are afraid to touch their own body, which we talk about that. What do you think cause that fear, and how can they overcome it? Some women are afraid to touch their body. What causes the fear, and what is it they can do to overcome the fear?
If I may start this time, is okay?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
As you said, some people have had challenging experiences, you know, early on, and it has caused them to think that sex is bad, you know. And, others have been taught to ignore their bodies, you know, and others, you know, they. Wow, I can't believe I'm admitting this, but some of us didn't learn about touching ourselves until we were either in our 20s, 30s, and so because I know, like, for myself, I had been participating in sexual interactions from early. So, you know, when I didn't learn until college that people touch themselves. And I'm just going to leave it right there.
Whew. All right.
I also think that we touched on that earlier, but you have to remember culturally too, that comes into play. So that's a big thing. Not just you know, because in different parts of the world, that is considered taboo.
Yeah.
So some women don't even see their bodies, you know, so don't even look at it. So that's a big thing. So now we're starting to learn and accept our bodies and be comfortable with asking for what we want, let alone us touching it. So if we're not washing it, it's like, huh? No, I don't even look at it. I don't know what it looks like. So that is something that we have to keep in mind. So that's a loaded question, I think. So we're starting to get comfortable. Those are things that I think we're working through. So
I think one thing that bothers me is I used to teach human sexuality to teeny muffins in elementary and junior high, and it bothered me so much because the curriculum was so slim pickings. And so you're bound by that. And so as a mama, and now I have the opportunity, I have a bigger stage. And so I can, educate the masses as much as I possibly can, but educating our little people from the get-go. Like, we don't really think about it, but we are sexual beings in utero. Like, if you look at ultrasounds, you can see little guys touching their penises and they haven't even popped out into the world yet. So we are sexual beings from day one. So when you are shamed, or when you are told there's a time and a place, or when, like, little girls we don't touch ourselves, or a little boy, like, no, this is proper, and religion comes to play sometimes. There's so many different things that pull on the restrictions and like make us shut up and make us we don't talk about it. And I just think if we embrace our sexuality from when we're tiny people, and if it's made to be a beautiful thing as opposed to ugly and bad and dirty and all of that kind of stuff, I think it is our job as adults to just really make it a beautiful conversation. And is it hard? Absolutely. Especially when we were, like, I was given a book, read it. And actually my sister read, she didn't like to read. So she was older than me. She read the book a year before, or read the book. And I picked it up and read it when I wasn't supposed to read it. And so that piqued my interest at like 5 or 6. And so I started the conversation, but I was quickly, my voice was quickly shunned because it's not something we talk about. And so I just think if we take on the responsibility as parents and as older people to start that conversation as early as possible, I think that the shame would be taken away, and it would be seen as more like our bodies are beautiful and they do miraculous things, and we need to celebrate that instead of, shun it and make it shameful. And easier said than done, absolutely, but we have to start somewhere. So what I would say is you need to give yourself permission. It's okay. God gave us these beautiful bodies, not to, keep them clothed and never to touch them or never to look at them. No, you need to get to know every single part of your body, because it's beautiful, and it it's meant to be celebrated, as I said.
This is so well said. I mean, because we do not, I don't know too many people that when I was growing up, who actually ever talk about these things, more or less, acknowledge that our bodies are beautiful and, it's okay to touch and enjoy ourselves. And that is why in the Maggie Kamsky show, we are having this conversation, because too many people have not had the opportunity to have this type of conversation, to ask these questions. So you guys know you have a safe space right here where you have experts who can come here and share their knowledge with you. So this is your safe space. I'm asking you guys to please share the videos, because sharing is caring. So not just for you, but for all the other people who need to learn what to do for them. That they need to do to have pleasure, to embrace who they are, and not feeling ashamed or there's something wrong with them if they have sexual desires. So we need to have the conversation and educate each other. And that's your space right here to do it. So I'm going to continue to let the gentleman take over. Go ahead, guys.
Well, no comment? No
Can I
comment,
go?
Steve?
Stephen is, that's go ahead. Go ahead,
the question was regarding to women touching their bodies, right? Yeah, I'll just piggyback off of what y'all said already. I believe it's shame. Shame is the reason to why, the question was what again?
Some women are afraid to touch their body. What do you think caused that fear, and how can they overcome it?
Right, yeah, it's definitely shame, and because, women have been oppressed for centuries at this point, where it's like literally in y'all's genes to sometimes feel shameful for touching yourselves or for even having a specific shape of your body. So I believe to overcome that is, like how Shauna said, is to really be accepting of what God has given you, because you are born this way. And at the same time, sex is everything. I believe sex is life. Like, we have sex to reproduce, to exist. So to deny a part of yourself that is natural just makes no sense, and it's backwards. And, you know, I do blame society. I do blame patriarchy, whatever it may be. And yeah, you know, it just doesn't make sense to deny that you are a sexual being, that you have a vagina, that you have a penis, that the penis enters into the vagina, and that it can be pleasurable at the same time, create life. It could be sacred. It can be whatever it is. Sex is creativity, period. So to deny that just doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, it's either you, Steven, or Shana. You were gonna say something before Steven takes over?
Oh no, I just said love it.
Okay, all right. Go ahead, Steven.
I 100% agree with what everyone has said, so I'm not going to say too much on that topic, but I will give I guess a few solutions or ways I think that you can get past it. I believe in affirmations, and so every morning, well, actually now, if you're on here now, do it now. Write down 20 things that you absolutely love about your body. I mean, absolutely. I don't care what it is: smile, lips, nose, forehead, eyebrows, shoulders. Learn how to fall in love with yourself, every inch of yourself. You can do 20 things that you absolutely love about your body, and then 10 things that you love about you sexually. And then I want you to take a day out of the week where you call it Please Me Wednesday, Please Me Friday, Sexual Sunday, Touch Me Tuesday, whatever day you create for yourself, and take 30 minutes to 45 minutes and you masturbate. You play with yourself, you rub yourself, you caress yourself, you massage yourself. Take time to fall in love with you. Affirmations are so powerful. So write down 20 things that you absolutely love about yourself. Write down 10 things that you love about you sexually, and then take a day, 30 to 45 minutes, and just love you. I think that helps.
I think that's a great thing. And it's going to be hard for us to order, because my first thought was, wow, 20 things.
Yeah, that's hard for women. That's a super challenging one for women.
It's challenging, yes, and that's the purpose.
So I'm like 20 things right off the bat. Maybe I could think of 5 right off the bat, but
Five's a good start.
Right, and I think that's where what you were saying right now, and I think that's really great and powerful. That, and I just texted when you said that, if everybody could do that, even now, if you guys could type 2 things, whatever it is, just to get it started. I think that is one powerful thing we can do starting right now, guys.
And don't let yourself off easy.
I want to read it. I want to start reading.
Go.
Yeah. You know, you're gonna start reading something, Kattia?
No, I want them to type.
Yeah,
I can say my eyes.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say my eyes is one thing.
But you know what I was going to
guys.
say? I was going to add to what you guys, everybody had said, is the idea of falling in love with yourself really changed everything. Because once you love yourself, you would want for others to respect you. And you're going to show them how to love you. Mm-hmm. So if you do not know how to love yourself, there's no way you can show anyone how to love you. And that's one of the challenges that we have by going from one unsuccessful relationship to the next, because we're looking for something that we don't even know what it is, more or less show someone what we need in order for them to give it to us.
I also think that if you cannot love yourself first, there's no way on God's green earth that you're going to be able to love somebody else.
Definitely. It's really impossible to give something that you don't have. So the idea of, if you're going to really be conscious of your physical body and you want to maximize the pleasure that you can have in with your body, it's really for you to start knowing yourself. Where is it in my body that I get the most pleasure? You know, what is it that I need to do? So I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a little bit more as to what Steven just said. I'm gonna ask you guys to step into your private bathroom or your bedroom and strip naked.
Yeah.
And really look at yourself. It could be for some of you the very first time in your life that you're gonna do this. Mm-hmm. really look at yourself from head to toes and look from the side to everywhere that you can actually see and touch. Just acknowledge everything that you have. Acknowledge you. Be aware of who you are. Look at your eyes, your nose, your smile, your hair, your neck, your chest, everything. Get to know who you are. And then learn to appreciate you. Stop complaining about the things that you don't like about yourself. God made you perfect. We all know that does not lie. Okay? So if he says he made you perfect, you are perfect. So stop lying to yourself or stop believing something somebody told you.
Right.
Because they were jealous of you. Now look at yourself in the mirror and fall in love with yourself. And then enjoy yourself.
Right.
All right.
But that's not to say you can't
I just
fix
want to add one
whatever
more thing.
imperfections that you may feel that you may want to work on. Right, Coach Maggie? You know I'm going to say that.
What was it?
So
What was
yes,
it saying?
we want to, of course, we're going to love ourselves. But if there are things, because at the end of the day, you want to be comfortable in your skin. So if something bothers you about that, then fix it if you can. You know, whatever it is that's going to make you happy, whatever it is that's going to bring you to that happy space. So if you are going to look at yourself, you because we don't want to damage you. We don't want to be damaging ourselves either, because we don't want to be looking and psychologically, yes, we want you to see beauty, but if you can't see beauty, that's something else. So we need to work on that as well.
Yes.
So you know, because I love psychology. So we don't want you to hate yourself more, because sometimes by making somebody, forcing them in a way, and we're not doing that, we're trying to get you to love yourself. And if it's hard for you to do that, and that's okay, take baby steps.
Baby steps.
Find out what it is that you may need.
Yeah, let me just add to what you just said, Kattia, which is totally 100% right. If you find it difficult for you to do that, that's when you need to talk to somebody. Whether you can call me or you can call any other coach that you want, okay? But you do need to talk to someone. If you're not able to do that simple task into seeing you for who you are, acknowledge your worth and love yourself, you do need, it's time for you to talk to a professional.
Right.
In the Maggie Konski Show, I'm here for you. You can always reach out. Go on the website, www.owningmydestiny.com. Reach out to me, leave me a message, text me. You guys have access to everything, every way that you want to reach out to me. But that is something that we'll need to do.
And also anybody from the panel that you may want to reach out to. So guys, also make sure you put your information.
Yes.
So if people want to reach out to you, they have access as to how they can reach out to you before we leave. So definitely put that out there for us. Okay?
Yes.
So yeah.
May I add something? One more thing. Just real quick.
Sure.
All right. And that is, sometimes as people, we come up with these excuses, especially for those of us that have children and have families, and we justify our time by saying, oh, that would be great to do, but I have to deal with the kids, or I got to deal with my husband, or I got to do all of these things. You know what? We got to give ourselves permission to take time and set up boundaries so that we can take some quiet time. If it's just even, 40 minutes a day, an hour a day, just for ourselves, where people know, do not bother me. I'm in my quiet space. I've created this quiet space, and this quiet time, this is for me. Do not disturb. Create that space for yourself so that you can now learn to love yourself. That's all I want to say.
Very, very true.
So true.
Very, very true. Wow. All right, guys. I hope you're getting great information. Please continue to put your comment in there. I see you, Carol, Vanya. This is where we need to open up and talk about your friends. Ooh, yes, Vanya. Oh my gosh. Thank you, guys. Marvin, definitely. I agree with you. And I see Don Paulo is here. All right. Keep sending the comments, please, guys. Oh, Nico, I see you. Love you. And
All right.
Jean Claude, oh, all those faces in there. Thank you, Jean Claude. All right, guys. Okay, we have, and Molly, we have one more question.
All right.
For the
So
panel.
question number 5,
Yes.
right, Coach Maggie? Question number 5.
Go ahead, go ahead.
So it's been reported
Mm-hmm.
there are different types of orgasm. I repeat, it's been reported there are different types of orgasm. Can you share with us how many, where they are?
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
Loaded question. Shall I ask again or are we good?
We good. I'm just gonna. I know 4 types: bad, good, better, and the best. That's what I know.
Amen, Harvey.
Oh my gosh.
Well, our experts, we are waiting.
Ooh wee. Let's go, Shauna. Let's go.
Go
back
ahead,
and
my
forth.
man. I've got my list, but you go ahead, and maybe we can do it together.
Yeah, we can do it together, back and forth. So
Okay.
we have vaginal.
You took the easy one. Okay,
I know, right?
I have clitoral or clitoral, depending on how you say it.
I'm gonna stop you guys for just 1 second, please. I'm gonna
Okay.
ask my viewers to please take notes. If you didn't write anything down, you do need to get a pen and a piece of paper and write down the answers. I'm gonna ask the expert to please start over again. Okay, so we know that we're looking for the different type of orgasm. So they're going to tell us what they are and where they are. So get ready, get your pen, get your paper. Okay, let's start over again. Thank you very much.
Is Coach Maggie afraid to say the word
Orgasm.
Orgasm.
The coach is afraid to say orgasm. I'm sorry, I just wanted to bug you. Go ahead, guys.
So we have vaginal. Vaginal is an orgasm where 30% of women experience it, 70% of women have not. So it's not extremely common. Do I believe all women can do it? Yes, but it's not common. So yes, vaginal orgasm is one of them.
And I think it's interesting too, because a lot of women who have not had a vaginal orgasm say, oh, it can't be done. I can't have it. And I completely agree with you, Stephen, in that you totally can. So moving on. The clitoral or the clitoral orgasm, depending on how you say it and where you're from. This little gem has over 8,000 nerve endings in it. And it is the only piece in our bodies, obviously not men, but is the only body part that was strictly made for pleasure. And so, woo woo. And so I have my little model here. This is a clitoris. And what we typically see is just the teeny tiny little button right in that's typically what we see under the hood. But I want you to know that it is so much bigger than that. And this is why that the women love this one, because it can be achieved through the through all different parts of or I guess it can be achieved by touching more than just the little button as we see, because of the 8,000 nerve endings. So this one's a winner chicken dinner. Next.
Thank you, Shana. Thank you. I didn't want to, I couldn't even talk about that earlier, but I'm so glad that you brought it and then you showing it to everybody so we understand exactly, yes, that little thing is really, really not that little.
And it's really, it's large. It reaches all the way back towards your anus. So this little gem needs a little bit more love.
Yes.
It does. And that's why girth matter when it comes to size.
Yes.
That's what?
That's why girth matters. When they say the size matter, it's like a loaded question. But that's why women love girth.
Yeah, because the clitoris can be touched on either side of the vagina.
Bingo.
Moving on.
Moving on to the next orgasm. Boom, 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 boom. The squirting orgasm.
You said squirting?
A squirting orgasm.
Hey, shoot. What do you have to tell us about that?
So the squirting orgasm. So what you do is you go in maybe an inch, maybe two. I say slide to the left. It is a little spongy feeling muscle right there. And then the more that you stroke it, I do not stroke in and out, but you stroke up and down. It engorges with fluid, and it's called the skein gland. And that's where the fluid, after you engorge it, it swells up, and then the fluid goes towards the skein gland, which is near the urethra. That's why a lot of people say that it's pee when it's really not. But the more that you stroke up and down consistently is how you create this orgasm. That's why they have certain toys that are curved, and that's why women love curved penises in certain positions. But it is one of the most sensational orgasms that a woman can have is a squirting orgasm.
And again, a lot of people do not think they can squirt, and
every woman can
yeah,
squirt.
You can.
For real?
Every woman.
For
I
real?
teach a class on it. I teach an entire class on it.
I do a workshop too. Yeah, it's definitely achievable. We've got you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to take the easy route, and I'm going to say nipple orgasms. A lot of people have super sensitive nipples, and they can be aroused by touch, or by sucking, by flicking, by squeezing, by whatever sensation that you like. Nipple orgasms are a thing.
Okay.
Orgasm.
Oh yeah.
Orgasm you can get from exercising, from riding a bike, from doing any exercise that contracts your core, can cause you to have an orgasm, and it's called a coregasm.
I've actually seen it in a spin class that I was in, and it's interesting. It's interesting.
It's awesome.
Or a lot of people, they can get a coregasm or an exercise gasm by doing like pull-ups.
Yes.
Yeah. So you get on your pull-ups.
Yeah, I hope you guys are taking notes, because guess what?
There we go.
Oh, okay. I'm going to talk about the anal orgasm. So he's clapping. The perineum is the area of skin between the anus and or your testicles or your vagina or your vulva. And it is a super sensitive area that when it is touched, if there's penetration and there is pressure on the back of your vagina, obviously I'm talking about women here, you can get an orgasm by the pressure on the perineum or close to the anus. Do you have anything to add?
No, ma'am, you got it.
Okay.
Can I just say something? It's funny because today I saw a post where a doctor, but it was in Creole, where a doctor actually was being interviewed, and he said that the anus, I believe he said, provides better orgasmic feeling or than the vagina. It's more sensual, or supposedly.
I think it depends on the person for sure. I don't think that we can just like shoot that out there to everybody, because some vaginas are a heck of a lot more sensitive than other vaginas, and your nerves are, yes, they're all in the same place, but your nerve endings could be super sensitive and Sally's may not be, or whomever. So I think that just depends on the person. So
Okay, so it's not a fact that anal provides more. Okay.
No, because vagina is amazing. So.
Amen.
So no.
Okay, next
one. The next one, I'm going to go with multiple orgasm. One of the easiest orgasms to do. My highest ever, I love to tell people, my highest ever is 57 orgasms in one session. And so the multiple orgasm is extremely easy once you accomplish the first one. The secret to creating multiple orgasm is to continue to do the same thing repeatedly. And so if I give you an orgasm with doggy style, the worst thing I can do is flip you over, raise your legs, do a different position, make you get on top. The easiest thing to do is to rest for 15 to 30 seconds and then stroke the exact same spot, the exact same position, and another orgasm will come shortly after. And that's how you continuously make multiple orgasms.
And a lot of people say it can't be done. What do we say, Stephen?
It can, everybody.
It
It
can.
can.
Okay, I'm gonna go for and I think that I'm probably combining two here, but I'll just go for the double whammy. The deep vaginal orgasm, which touches the A spot, which is the anterior wall of the vagina, and the O spot, which is located on the back wall. So the A spot is the anterior wall. The O spot is slightly behind the cervix. So I guess I'm touching on two spots here, but if you have ever been penetrated very, very deeply, it is a very different feeling orgasm, and it's
Yeah.
pretty great.
Okay.
She took the one I was gonna do. Okay.
Did I steal? I stole yours. I stole yours.
And so the next one I'm going to do, I guess you can say there is a multiple one as well, but I'm going to go with blended orgasm. So your blended orgasm is when you can create two or more orgasms at the same time. So let's say I can give you a clitoral orgasm and a nipple orgasm at the same time. Or if I give you a vaginal orgasm and your core is tight enough, you can get a coregasm and a vaginal orgasm at the same time. Or you can get 3 or 4 different combinations, and it's called a blended orgasm when you can have more than one orgasm, different type of orgasms at the same time.
So let me understand this. So are you saying that the blended is like where you manipulating different parts of the body at the same time that they're having? So it's like
You're having-
one orgasm.
You're
by
having two.
stroke?
So let's say if I take her A orgasm, like the A spot orgasm that you're just speaking of. So if I do that, if she were having a deep vaginal orgasm.
Uh-oh, we can't hear you.
I hear you.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes. Start
Okay,
over.
so if we're having a deep vaginal orgasm and my pelvic is rubbing against your clitoris, and then I create a clitoral orgasm while my penis is creating an A spot orgasm.
Oh,
We're
okay.
having a blended orgasm. So
Oh,
you're
okay.
having two different orgasms at one time.
2 for the price of 1.
Bingo.
So then if okay, so that's kind of what I was asking.
Yeah.
So let's say while you are actually stroking and you're sucking on the nipple, is that considered the same thing? Because
Yes,
or
that's
is it
two different
inside-
ones.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
Again,
I like
make,
that.
make sure you're taking notes because I am. So we are not sexologists, right? We're not expert in this aspect. And that's
No,
why
they are.
we have 2 of them here for you. Okay. And they are giving you guys gems. And anything that brings pleasure to the body has no price. So remember, take notes. I'm ready. Next, please.
Okay, I'm gonna go for the sleep orgasms.
Oh, okay.
And 37% of women have actually attested to the fact that they've had one of these. They sometimes start with a sensual dream, but they don't always have to. It's just when blood flow rushes to the vagina and it ends in you having an orgasm. And it can be done. And sometimes people don't even realize they're having one. So the 37% is a very underreported percentage in my mind, because I think that they occur all the time. We're just in a deep sleep and we just don't even realize that we do have them. And obviously men have them as well.
Yes,
Okay.
we do.
We're gonna do 2 more and then we're gonna save the rest for next week because people have already reached out to me and asked me for part 2 for this show. So, so continuation of the conversation. So just, we're gonna share 2 more. We only have time to share 2 more. It's about almost 10:30. Yes, please go ahead, Steven.
2 more. Okay, so the one I'm going to choose is full body orgasm.
Okay.
That's when your body is the moment where her body is just shaking like crazy. Legs are shaking, body is shaking. She turns around, another orgasm comes, she's going crazy. That is a full body orgasm. That's when she loses control of her body. Her body begins to contract and convulse, and she has a full body orgasm. It is a different feeling.
All right. Okay.
Okay. I'm going to be bold. I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm saying prostate orgasm. Because most, and I'm probably generalizing here, so I'm going to take that word back. But if the prostate is massaged, men can and do experience an orgasm unlike they have had in the past experiences that they have encountered. So a lot of mental things come into play here with some gentlemen, because they're like, some gentlemen think there's that's not happening. Nothing is going in my ass. But I can tell you that it is a real thing. And the experiences that I have heard about and that I have talked to clients about is something very well worth exploring.
Yeah, so we need to touch back on that on
Yeah.
the next show. Will you be coming back?
I opened up a can of worms.
There we
Yes,
go.
yes.
Yes.
And let me tell you, it's so true, because I already have some questions. I got 3 questions already for next show. If we start, we may not finish tonight.
Yes.
So let me just say thank you. Thank you to my guests. Thank you to each and every one of you for taking time from your busy schedule and be here with us tonight. Thank you for my panel that pulls so much onto each and every one of us. We needed this. We needed to have this conversation. And I was so blessed to have both of you at the same time. And I know this is just the beginning of you guys coming here every time that the public asks for you. I hope that you'll be available to pour onto them. And again, I know you guys could have been doing something else with your time, but you choose to be with us. And I so appreciate you. I'm going to ask you to continue to share the video, because what's been given to you guys tonight, you want everybody to learn about them. So please share the videos with your friends, with your family, so people can learn and be educated, and also can learn how to put themselves first. Because all those beautiful things we're talking about, there's one thing that generates from it all: self-love. So as we close tonight, I want to remind you guys, as always, we have one shot at this thing called life. Our job is to enjoy every moment of it. If you didn't stop yet, let's make it happen tonight. Hashtag OMD, everybody. Hashtag OMD, please. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me. I had a
Did you
blast.
guys put your information?
Yes.
So
yes.
the panel, you did, okay.
Yes. Please, all of you, put your information in there. Reach out to my people. You see, they're good people, so reach out to them, okay? If they give you guys anything that you love, reach out to them, because they got more, and they're coming back next week. All right, the 2 experts are coming back next week, and we're gonna continue the conversation. And please invite your friends, your family to come in and listen and learn, because I'm gonna be with my little pen and my paper taking notes. I love you guys. Hashtag OMD, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for
Thank
watching. Thank you.
My panel, please stay with me. We're gonna go back and say goodbye privately. Goodbye, everybody. Love you guys. Thank you.